Halloween Horror Nights houses, I'll be ranking from the worst to the best of what I thought. Finally getting a chance to do all 10. It took me about 3 days. This is a very busy season, so if you're going, make sure to have patience. And anyways, let's get into it. So for number 10, I actually ended up putting Fallout as my number 10. I wasn't too impressed with it. This is coming from someone that's watched the show just to understand it, and I really wasn't impressed with it as a whole. I expected a lot more for an IP house. I felt like they really focused on like the first few episodes in the house compared to all the rest. So I was a little disappointed with that one. Makes me feel like I almost wasted my time for watching the show. But all in all, I mean, it was an okay house, just was not anywhere near what I was expecting. So number 9, I ended up putting Hatchets and Chains. Now, I wanted to like this one. I wanted it to be a lot better, but at the end of the day, it's one of the original houses that are more on the lower tier. There's really only 2 this year that I was not impressed with IP-wise. This one, Hatchets and Demons, it's pretty much an older West setting. You got the gunslinger fighting demons off, and that's kind of the whole premise of the whole house. I didn't really think there was a lot of jump scares for it. I didn't think there was really a lot of cool scenes for it. But again, that's why it's on the lower tier. Number 8, I actually put Galkin Monsters of the North. This one, there was something about it to me that just didn't feel like one that I will be a continuous person or even just remember as the time goes on. Like, this is going to be one of those houses where I see a picture of it a few years down the road and I'll be like, oh yeah, that was a house. That was a house. You had a couple cool moments in it. For instance, you had a giant head that you go through, and then you're kind of through the body of that monster. But that's really like the only thing that I liked about the house. I thought that was interesting. I didn't think it was very scary. I thought the props were like iffy. I thought the costumes were a little iffy. I just was not too impressed with this house. Beautiful design, but just overall was not impressed. So now we're getting into the ones I actually liked. So number 7, Grave of Flesh. I really liked this one because I thought that it kind of reminded me of old school Halloween Horror Nights. What do I mean by that? I mean, you have the dark setting, you have the lights flickering, you have the dead rising, you have the feeling of like an old school horror themed Halloween Horror Nights. You didn't try to like impress younger kids, or you didn't try to do any of that. It was just very, very old school setting of a dark, ominous Halloween Horror Nights, scary, spooky vibe. That's the best way to put it, spooky vibe. So number 6, I actually ended up putting Five Nights at Freddy's. Now this one is only lower on my list because maybe I just had a bad walkthrough with it, because it started out great. I'm a 90s kid. I grew up, Chuck E. Cheese and, Five Nights at Freddy, the old game on the old computer. And so I was looking forward to it. And I don't really hate this house. I just feel like for what it was and the hype about it and the amount of wait time that is insane, I would hope that it would have been a little bit better of a house. I will say that this is the number 1 house of the year for wait times. There is always a wait with this one. So if you're coming, make sure you hit that either first or on the way out, because if you go any time in between, you're going to be waiting at least over an hour for that house. So animatronic wise, very, very cool. But I also, like I said, I felt like there really wasn't a lot of much more after that. So anyways, number 5, I really wanted to put this one higher because it is one of my all-time favorites, and that is the Jason universe. Now again, maybe I had a bad walkthrough. I don't think I did, though. I really don't think I did. I was expecting something a little bit different in the house. I thought it was a good house. I thought there was a lot of good jump scares. You see a lot of Jason. You have one scene at the very end where you're going through a walkthrough and you got all the different Jasons from the past coming at you. I thought that was really cool. But I was expecting those Jasons to kind of be throughout the whole house. What we're really focusing on in this one is the new Jason, and I got a couple gripes about it. He's okay. I'm happy we're getting a Jason again. But at the end of the day, like, I don't know. There's something about this that they need to really, like, tweak. So, the look-wise. So, yeah, it just really focuses on the new look of Jason for about 90-95% of the house, and the other 5 to 10% is that old school Jason. So that was the only critique I really had. I thought the jump scares were pretty good. I think, if you're a nostalgia person like me that loves loves Jason Voorhees and Friday the 13th, I think you're going to like the house, and it's something that I will go back into. Number 4 really took me off because I didn't expect it to be so high on my list, but I thought it was just a beautifully designed house, and that is El Artista, A Spanish Haunting. This one, like I said, I was very impressed with it. When I went into it, I expected this to be on my lower tier, but I love that architecture of the Spanish type old school architecture. And then there was a lot of jump scares to it. The whole house had that scenery. It's just a really, really beautiful style house. So this is one that I will be going to again. I'm a little surprised about the layout of where it is, but it is what it is. They put it right in front of Rip Ride Rocket. I feel like that should have been a more important spot for somewhere else, another IP maybe, to make more room. So number 3, I expected this one to be a good one, and I was not disappointed. Dolls Let's Play Dead. I loved this one because it was so corny. It was a little bit fun, a little bit scary. You originally walk into like one giant dollhouse, and I thought that was a really cool setting. I am very, very happy with how that house was. It was just a really fun atmosphere. So if you're someone like me that loves stuff like Slaughter Cinema, then that house will be really fun for you. So number 2, we got WWE Wyatt 6. Now, this is coming from someone that is a wrestling fan, so there is a bit of a bias to this. We lost Bray Wyatt a couple years ago, and this was a real nod to him by putting this group, the Wyatt 6, that are now in WWE, ran by his younger brother. They really have gone all out with the house, and you got to see kind of the sick and twisted mind of Bray Wyatt's little brother, Uncle Howdy's group, the Wyatt 6, and then there's a lot of nods to Bray Wyatt in the house, aka The Fiend, which you see a couple things for The Fiend. You see a lot of cameo stuff from The Fiend, like you see the chair with the lamp, you see his Fiend belt, you see all these kind of cool things. So it's a very emotional one if you're a fan of WWE and Bray Wyatt. I loved it. I'll be going back into it again, and that's really all I got to say. It's just a great, great house if you're a WWE fan. I feel like Alexa Bliss cameoed one day the first time I went into it, because the girl that played Alexa Bliss looked just a little too much like her, I feel like. Anyways, the last one, number 1, of course, the Terrifier house. That house was awesome. There was just everything about it. They really killed it from the second movie, third movie, bits of the first movie. They killed the house. I've only done the wet side so far. I haven't done the dry side, but the wet side is really fun. You don't really get too wet, so don't worry about it. You're not going to get like drenched like some of these other people are making it sound, but all in all, really, really fun. Depending what time you get to the house, if there's a lot of scare actors in there, then you're going to have an even funner time. Because the first time I went in, so many scare actors. Second time, not as many, but still fun. You go through the Clown Cafe. You go through all of like the big scenes of the movie. So definitely loved it. So anyways, that's my ranking, guys. Make sure to hit the follow button. Make sure to hit the comments. Let me know what you think. And yeah, let me know if you're excited to go this year if you haven't gone. Peace.